He was terrible. It was a horrible situation. No, we'll do fine. I've watched some of the people that host. Jimmy Kimmel was horrible. And some of these people, if I can't beat out Jimmy Kimmel in terms of talent, then I don't think I should be president. But I wanted to...
Do you think he even knows I've never hosted the Kennedy Center Honors? Maybe he's confusing me with Queen Latifah? I don't. And as far as this who has more talent thing goes, it seems like he's challenging me to a contest, which, if so, I'm open to it.
On a night when viewers were expecting nothing more than routine late-night jokes, Jimmy Kimmel shifted the tone completely. After being labeled low IQ by Donald Trump, he chose restraint instead of retaliation. With careful timing, he revealed what he claimed was an old storage box containing Trump's school records during a live broadcast. At first, Trump appeared amused, clearly expecting another harmless punchline. But the moment an alleged IQ figure was mentioned, the atmosphere changed instantly. Trump's composure faltered, his voice rose, and the situation spiraled into chaos, even ending with a camera being knocked over. Suddenly, the audience was left wondering what that number really meant and why it provoked such a dramatic reaction.
After all his bombastic and orally flatulent threats about how important economic and military conquest of Greenland is, after all that huffing and puffing, with no warning whatsoever, he just gave up. And let me tell you something, just like that wall Mexico was going to pay for, and the caravans that were coming, and they're eating the dogs and cats, I'm telling you, after next week, we will never hear about Greenland again.
The long-running tension between Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump has rarely resembled a traditional political clash. Instead, it has often felt like a personal feud that somehow escaped private conversations and played out in front of millions. The conflict has never truly centered on policy or ideology, but rather on pride, public teasing, and two prominent personalities unwilling to let even minor insults pass without response.
Draw something, I'll play my clarinet, he can play golf, spank a porn star, and ruin a country. I'm kidding, of course. The truth is, Donald Trump is he's a very talented person. I mean, the man can sing.
Teenagers is the place to be.
The man can act.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
He can dance.
Before moving forward, take a moment to subscribe if you are enjoying this breakdown, because the most revealing moments are still ahead. The situation escalated when Trump posted on his own platform calling Kimmel a low IQ loser, a phrase that sounded less strategic and more emotionally charged. What began as late-night humor and online jabs quickly evolved into something sharper, exposing tensions that went far beyond comedy.
He sent this picture after taking a few bites of the tortilla and noticed that it resembled someone. Who does that look like to you? That's right, it's our Gordita Supreme Leader, Donald Trump. You know, some people find Jesus on a tortilla, you found the Antichrist.
Jimmy Kimmel, a host known for turning controversy into entertainment, did not react with anger or defensiveness. Instead, he leaned into patience, understanding that mockery only succeeds when the audience laughs alongside you rather than at you. His response suggested calculation rather than impulse, allowing the moment to build naturally.
He is athletic.
Oh, shake it.
And he's not only an amazing artist, he also is an incredible poet, too. So much talent. So much talent, the only way you can contain it is to lock him up. And I'll tell you something. The Kennedy Center is lucky to have him.
Do you think the center will eventually be named the Trump Kennedy Center?
When Kimmel hinted that an unusual segment was coming, longtime viewers sensed this would not be ordinary late-night humor. The studio atmosphere shifted noticeably as his tone balanced playful curiosity with unexpected seriousness. Addressing Trump's complaints about being called low IQ, Kimmel explained that instead of trading insults, he planned to respond with documentation, setting the stage for something far more dramatic.
It's Donald and Melania's 21st anniversary. 21 years ago today, Melania said, "I do," and a beautiful prenuptial agreement was born. Trump was busy. He was traveling back from Europe today, but he did take time to post something sweet. He posted some random guy calling him greatest president in the world. Period, 3 exclamation points. And that was it. Sorry, Melania.
What followed unfolded like deliberate theater. Stage assistants rolled out a worn file box that appeared aged by years of storage, which Kimmel introduced as Trump's academic archive from the New York Military Academy. Inside were dusty folders hinting at hidden revelations. Rather than rushing toward a joke, Kimmel carefully described the contents, including an alleged Stanford-Binet IQ test from the 1960s, slowly building suspense so the reveal felt intentional rather than comedic filler.
He loves bragging about our American contributions during World War II, as if he had anything to do with that. Trump didn't help win World War II. His dad didn't help win World War II. His grandfather, none of them served. He comes from a long line of vagina-necked men with bone spurs. And I'll tell you something, the soldiers, the troops who did win the war, for them, he cut funding to the VA. So do with that what you will. And yet still, he had the audacity to tell our allies.
As the segment continued, cameras occasionally cut to Trump, reportedly reacting live. At first, he appeared relaxed, smiling as though preparing to dismiss the moment entirely. That confidence shifted when Kimmel calmly referenced abstract reasoning and mentioned an alleged placement in the 38th percentile, explaining how such reasoning influences judgment and long-term thinking. The audience's laughter carried a sharper edge, reflecting years of public perception suddenly echoed in a single remark.
Let me just say this, Donald Trump's going to have to be very careful during court-ordered lovemaking tonight because Teddy Roosevelt, I don't know, he may have left his makeup kit at home because, first of all, he's 2 totally different colors. His hand's like a marshmallow, his face is a Costco rotisserie chicken or something. He's got a nasty bruise on his left hand, which doesn't exactly square up with the "he shakes a lot of hands" explanation for the bruises, and he didn't even try to...
Trump's reaction came quickly and without restraint. A figure long associated with winning and superiority appeared visibly shaken as accusations of fabrication and falsehood poured out. Declaring himself a super genius, he responded with anger rather than composure. In that moment, the contrast became striking, suggesting that intelligence is often revealed through emotional control and self-awareness, qualities that seemed absent as tensions escalated.
We'll all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps.
Okay, so anyone want to guess what the predominant language in Switzerland is? That's right, it's German. They are speaking German. And maybe a little Japanese, I don't know. Somewhere in the Texas brush, George W. Bush is laughing his ass off right now. Trump berated the leaders of the world for 1 hour and 10 minutes, pure nonsense. And in case you're wondering if he forgot to rant about windmills during that hour and 10 minutes, good news, he got that in too.
The greatest hoax.
The intensity only increased as Trump doubled down, repeating claims that the documents were fake and the score meaningless. His insistence carried the urgency of someone trying to reclaim an identity he felt was slipping away. Ironically, true confidence rarely requires repetition, and his growing frustration revealed more about temperament than any written record could.
The country, which by the way is already a weird thing, the idea is just typing out a bitchy little message to the Prime Minister of Norway, a message that explicitly says, "Since you didn't give me the Peace Prize, I'm thinking about taking Greenland away." It's unheard of. There's nothing to compare it to in the history of humankind. It's like we armed a real housewife with nuclear weapons. This man is crashing the plane because the stewardess didn't bring...
What made the segment resonate was Kimmel's ability to connect the moment to broader public behavior without listing endless examples. Brief references to impulsive posts and public nicknames framed the discussion as commentary rather than attack. The exchange evolved from a comedy bit into a reflection on how loud confidence can sometimes overshadow substance in modern culture.
In history, the Green New Scam, windmills all over the place. They don't spin, they don't do anything. They killed the birds, they ruin your landscapes. Every time that goes around, you lose $1,000. There are windmills all over the place, and they are losers.
Imagine having to translate that. Did he say, is he windmills or losers? What did they lose? The real reason Donald Trump hates windmills is because whenever he's near...
Kimmel then returned to the supposed records, highlighting handwritten teacher notes describing Trump as energetic, defiant, and resistant to authority. The remarks felt oddly familiar to viewers who had followed his public career. Laughter in the studio felt less cruel and more recognizing, while Trump's off-camera reactions unintentionally reinforced the narrative that control over the story was slipping away.
Children who get anything they want. This is how they grow up. President Veruca Salt. I want Greenland. I want it now. All because he didn't get a little medal around his neck. He's a child. His parents let him stay up late last night, and he posted a lot of nonsense. At 1 a.m., he posted this image of himself, little Marco, and J.D. Vance colonizing Greenland. I like this because even in an AI-generated image, J.D. and Marco are like, Jesus Christ, what are we...
Ultimately, the fictional document worked because of contrast rather than cruelty. Kimmel remained calm while allowing Trump's reaction to carry the drama. The alleged score mattered less than the emotional response it triggered, turning a comedy segment into an unexpected character study about image, ego, and public perception.
And then he went back to his main topic, which is Greenland. Greenland, Greenland, Greenland. He said Greenland is not even land. It's a big, beautiful piece of ice. And he should know he's been married to one of those for 20 years. Trump claims the safety of the world depends on the United States owning Greenland, which he repeatedly confused with Iceland. He called Greenland Iceland 4 different times.
I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told him about Iceland.
By the time Kimmel casually suggested the number explained quite a lot, the punchline had already landed. The moment felt less like an insult and more like clarification built from years of observable behavior. The discussion shifted toward humility, implying that leadership often depends less on brilliance and more on the willingness to listen and adapt.
My Webby Award, the most prestigious award the internet can give, or my Writers Guild Award, this is a good one. You can see it looks nice. Or best of all, I'm willing to hand over my 2015 Soul Train Award for White Person of the Year. You do this. The choice is yours. I will personally deliver any or even all of these to the Oval Office in exchange for leaving the people of Minneapolis alone.
Kimmel widened the discussion further, suggesting Trump's outburst followed a familiar pattern whenever reality challenged his narrative. Whether addressing crowd sizes or public criticism, the instinct often seemed to escalate rather than reflect. A quiet test score felt threatening precisely because numbers cannot argue back, making the dramatic meltdown appear almost inevitable.
You understand that we are on the verge of going to war over the Nobel Prize for Peace. The irony doesn't get more irony-y than that. We may be invading Europe again, another D-Day, except this time the D stands for dumb. I feel like maybe Trump was embarrassed that his text to the Norwegian Prime Minister went public, because last night, Farty Supreme started posting screenshots of private messages from other leaders to him, including...
As the segment concluded, Kimmel framed the story as larger than one individual, pointing toward a culture that rewards spectacle over substance. He argued that modern media often mistakes attention for authority, allowing confidence to appear as competence. Ending with humor, he joked that Trump was welcome to retake the test live on air, leaving viewers with a lasting image where reaction, not revelation, delivered the strongest message.